Welcome to a new update, and in today's update we are going to discuss Cosmos. As over the past year we have seen the rise of many different blockchains alongside Ethereum, as Ethereum has some scaling issues and the entire layer 1 market has been booming. So we have discussed a few of those over the past month. We have discussed Avalanche, for instance. We have discussed Solana in these fundamental review videos. However, they have had their big surge and some of them have not been seeing much strength yet, which is Cosmos, which has been correcting in terms of price action, but also has been accelerating in terms of fundamental growth of the ecosystem. So we're going to discuss Cosmos today, as it brands itself as the Internet of Blockchains, as it allows other projects to be built on their own ecosystem. So that is an interesting one, and I've been covering this earlier with an interview as well, which can be shown or seen on this YouTube channel, and that's what we're going to do today. So let's get to that topic, but before we're going to continue, do not forget to subscribe beneath, like the YouTube update, and check out my Twitter and Instagram, where you can find daily content on the markets, on the cryptocurrency markets, and soon about all the markets that we have. So let's head towards Cosmos. So as stated, Cosmos, the Internet of Blockchains. Cosmos is an ever-expanding ecosystem of interconnected apps and services built for a decentralized future. And right now I'm just showing the website page of Cosmos, on which you can find a ton of information as well, and we're going to get through that information in this update. First of all, the history of Cosmos. Cosmos has a pretty long history actually. It has been started in 2014 with Jae Kwon. He's both the founder of Tendermint and Cosmos. He started Tendermint Inc., now called All In Bits Inc., all the way back in 2014. Ethan Buchman joined him in 2015, and over the years the company developed the first Byzantine fault-tolerant consensus algorithm, as you can see here. In 2016, the two published a white paper for Cosmos and started working on its new blockchain. In the same year, the Interchain Foundation was founded to support the development of the Cosmos network and ecosystem. The Atom token, which is the Cosmos native token, and that's also what we know from the trading experience, that one was launched in February of 2019. So a few key features of Cosmos. Cosmos was designed with high usage in mind. Its blockchain allows for low fees, high throughput, and fast finality. The fees are near zero. The transaction confirmation time is 7 seconds on average. Designed to handle up 1000 TX per second, and any language should be possible. Also, we've got Tendermint, which has been developed for 4 years before being used in public blockchains in 2018. What is Tendermint? Well, the Tendermint Byzantine fault tolerant is the consensus mechanism that Cosmos uses. The blockchain, also called zones that are part of the Cosmos ecosystem, have the possibility to customize their own consensus model. As you can see, it's modular. Tendermint BFT is a delegated proof of stake consensus model. Block miners are randomly chosen, weighted by the amount of tokens that they have staked. A supermajority of validators then has to confirm the block before it is accepted. BFT consensus models can tolerate up to 1/3 of malicious validators. BFT POS blockchains like Tendermint are asynchronous and will never be forked. The blockchain will come to a halt when less than 2/3 of the validators come to a consensus. This is to guarantee the safety of the chain, whereas the Ethereum and Bitcoin blockchains give more importance to the liveness of the chain. So that is Tendermint, and you can find all the information, of course, on the website itself. Key features is that it's actually modular, and also interesting is that over 6 billion in assets are currently being managed by public blockchains built with the Cosmos SDK, and we're going to dive into that a little bit also in this update. The Cosmos SDK, Software Development Kit is where SDK stands for, is a very important element for developers who use this to use and build applications. It allows them to utilize pre-created modules and implement them into their own project. This concerns things such as staking. This concerns things as whether a chain is private or public, governance mechanism, interoperability, different frameworks, including different smart contract languages as well. Since the SDK and its modules are open source, anyone can add to this, so projects can use what other developers in the ecosystem have already built. The more people use SDK, the more modules are built and the more options, features future developers have to choose from, making it easier to build application-specific blockchains on Cosmos that can be increasingly complex. So that is the SDK part. If you want to build your own project, go ahead. You can do it here in the Cosmos ecosystem. And there's actually a few examples out there as well. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more that's being built on SDK, the more adoption will be happening here, and the easier mistakes or faults will be taken out of the project, so you can start building your own through an easier gateway. Ethermint. Ethermint is an implementation of the Ethereum virtual machine that's built with the Cosmos SDK, as we can see here, and uses the same consensus mechanism as Cosmos, which is Tendermint. This allows Ethermint to support any Ethereum-based smart contract, giving Ethereum developers easy access to the better performance seen on Cosmos. So there's lots of stuff happening on this one. We also got a map of zones, which is the blockchains that are part of the Cosmos ecosystems are referred to as zones. The Cosmos blockchain is also referred to as Cosmos Hub, and here you can see the most active zones by IBC transfers. All blockchains in the Cosmos ecosystem can be connected with each other through IBC, which is the inter-blockchain communications, which is part of the Cosmos SDK and goes through the Cosmos Hub. Projects can choose whether or not to implement this. Blockchains that have activated IBC are called zones. So IBC allows the different blockchains in the ecosystems to communicate with each other and use each other's solutions. This has only launched in February of this year. Before that, the blockchains were unable to communicate and operate within their own closed-off ecosystem. And the launch of IBC does not automatically mean that everything became instantly interoperable. Since projects have to choose whether or not to implement this, it has seen a somewhat slow progress, but recently an increasing amount of projects have implemented it, one of the more well-known being Terra Luna. IBC is one of the three primary use cases built on the Cosmos Hub, the other two being the Gravity DEX and shared staking, which is expected to launch in the future. Gravity DEX. The Gravity DEX is the native DEX of the Cosmos Hub. It was launched on the 13th of July and is currently in beta. One of its key features is that it uses batch execution that makes sure orders in the same block are processed at the same time and treated equally, protecting its users from front-running bots, something which is becoming an increasing problem on Ethereum. In the future, the Gravity Bridge will be launched as well, which will connect the Cosmos ecosystem to Ethereum. This is expected to arrive in Q1 2021, and we see those bridges happening even more and more lately. We also got a Phantom bridge and an Avalanche bridge. So shared staking, we also got that. Currently, every Tendermint blockchain is responsible for its own security, including validators and reward structure. In the future, Cosmos is expected to release the shared staking feature. This feature allows projects to leverage the security of the Cosmos Hub. The Atom validators of the main Cosmos chain can then lease out security to different blockchains in return for a fee. allowing them to generate higher revenue at the same time. Over 65% of the Atom tokens are bonded right now, as you can see. It's a little bit lower actually. But this feature and its higher expected rewards could potentially increase that number. We also still got a 7% inflation. Right now the price is dropping a little bit for Cosmos, which might be affecting any of those numbers too. But it's important if you want to have passive income, then staking is definitely one for you. The token, currently Atom token itself, does not have too much utility. It's used to stake by miners to participate in the Tendermint consensus model. As a reward, they get inflationary Atom tokens as well as transaction fees. Because of this model, Atom did not directly derive value from the success of the other chains that are built in the ecosystem for a long time, but going forward, this will be different. With the implementation of IBC, the blockchains in the Cosmos ecosystem can choose to implement this and interact with other chains. In the future, Cosmos Hub validators are expected to get Atom for IBC transfers. So as more projects become operational, gain popularity and start to work together, this could affect the value of Atom in a positive way. The same goes for the upcoming advantages of shared staking. Let's get towards the more important part, some statistics and some TA and a little bit of a conclusion being hit here. Statistics. Cosmos already has a number of projects in its ecosystem, including Terra Luna, Kava, and Crypto.com and Akash, as we also know. I've also done an interview on Akash, also on this YouTube channel. It already has over 250 projects, as right now 259, which is expected to grow further as Cosmos gains popularity. The www.mapofzones.com shows which chains have already implemented IBC and how many transfers have occurred recently. Over the past 24 hours, this was over 47k, which is expected to grow significantly. Since the launch of IBC in the Gravity DEX, Cosmos has seen an significant increase in activity, and with that, the revenue that the Cosmos Hub experienced, which all led to strong price action of Atom. We can see the entire growth in the past months of the total revenue and the circulating market capitalization, and in the past months the revenue has been growing massively. Getting into a few of the conclusions at this point. The entire crypto market is heating up. Users are moving far beyond Ethereum, and there is a growing desire for cheaper, faster chains, as well as interoperability between different ecosystems. Cosmos is positioned well to benefit from this. It has been around for a long time, and it is seen as one of the more legit projects. It makes it easy for projects to launch their own application-specific blockchains that have low fees, fast transaction times, and can at the same time easily connect with other blockchains. Despite being around for many years, it has only started to gain traction this year with its growing ecosystem and the launch of IBC. More activity is expected to occur in the Cosmos ecosystem in the future as more application-specific blockchains are launched and a growing number of them start using IBC. Bridges to other blockchains outside of the original Cosmos ecosystem will also expand the reach of the projects and therefore the overall activity. Shared security will make it even easier for projects to become part of the Cosmos ecosystem than it currently is, as they will not have to maintain their own validated network. At the same time, this will drive value to the Atom token. In short, the Cosmos ecosystem is gaining traction with more improvements and use expected in the future alongside a token. So, DeFi, final topic. Terra Luna, which has been growing massively lately. Total value locked is around 11 billion. It's one of the massive projects that has been built with Tendermint, which is currently being led by Terraform Labs, a group of developers based in Southern Korea. Terra is a payment-focused financial ecosystem that is built around Terra stablecoins. The protocol has two major components: the governance and utility token Luna, which is also traded a lot, and Terra native stablecoins. Those stablecoins are packed through a mechanism. This means that anyone can burn and mint UST on the open market for Luna. So as demand for the stablecoin grows, Luna has burned a bullish development as demand for the Terra stablecoins grows. Terra Luna only implemented IBC in the past month and will thus also start to experience the benefits of interoperability. It is also in the midst of rolling out a significant number of dApps, whereas it only had a couple for the better part of the year. This far, Luna has been quite successful and its stablecoins in increasing demand, but this will only increase as dozens of projects are set to launch. So, finally, we can start discussing a little bit about the price action. And as you know, the price action is not looking too good. If we look at this structure, we can see distribution, right? We can see many dips into support here, which seems likely that we're going to lose that support and test some lower levels, which is quite comparable to this price action, which cascaded south the moment that Bitcoin started to have a corrective notion in which the market started to move south. So where are we going to head at this point? Well, I think we might be even facing a retest around $20. Honestly, at this point, the market is not looking too bullish. I'm quite critical on the markets, as you might know. And I'm positioning myself a little bit different through that as well. Looking at Cosmos price, we're looking at those support levels that could still be existing as support, but you generally want to see a little bit more strength coming towards that period. So if this entire green zone around $30 is not going to sustain as support, I think we might be in for a deeper correction through which we are getting a corrective period before we start accelerating once again. Especially when you use Fibonacci extension, you get close towards the 1.618, but if you use the wicks, the candles just like we've had a 1.618 Fibonacci extension to the price action through which we now might be getting ourselves into that corrective notion around 21 and $26 are my regions where I want to get into this one. And if we face ourselves such a corrective move, the next run might bring Cosmos towards $100 as the bull market continues. I hope you have enjoyed this update. I'll be back tomorrow with another one, actually 2 updates. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and I'll see you again soon.